Warm-up and cool-down are important aspects of safe dance practice. As a dancer, warm-up and cool-down is very important. If you do not warm up correctly, you run the risk of straining your muscles and injuring yourself. You also will not get the most out of your lesson. Your coordination will be poor, and you will improve your skills at a slower rate, as dancing is primarily muscle memory, and if your muscles are not correctly prepared, you cannot sustain movements. Cooling down is important to a dancer because it reduces the risk of muscle soreness and potential to injury. The aspects of a safe warm-up are cardio, dynamic stretching, strength and balance exercises, and to establish postural and alignment awareness. An example of a safe warm-up sequence that I personally use is, starting off with cardio, I run around the stage for 3 minutes working through my feet. After that, I go into a dynamic stretching routine where I start out in downward dog, holding that for a minute. After a minute, I begin working through my feet, articulating through my ankles like I am now. I work through my feet for about 1 minute. After that, I lift one leg in attitude while holding the downward dog position. Then as I bring my leg down, I bring it through and towards my chest so that I'm in a lunge. I hold the lunge with my upper body upright for around 30 seconds and then move to 2 straight legs in parallel with my hands holding onto my ankle or shin if I cannot reach my ankle. I then go back into a lunge and rest my forearms on the floor and hold this for 30 seconds. After that, I then repeat all this on the other leg, starting from the downward dog position. For cool down, there isn't really a sequence that I primarily do, as long as I keep moving for around 10 minutes after class. Usually while I'm waiting for a lift home, I will jog on the spot lightly until my heart rate and breathing go back to normal. I then go home and have a warm shower to help reduce the muscle pain the next day, as this keeps blood flow and muscles warm. To increase my flexibility and prepare my body for my performance, I complete basic stretching routines. Flexibility training is important as it aids in muscular conditioning and helps reduce injury as a person has a wider range of movement. The safer modes of stretching for flexibility training are static stretching, holding the stretch in a fixed position, and dynamic stretching, moving through the range of movement but not past your physical capabilities. The stretches that I incorporate in my flexibility training are leg lifts, where I lay on my back, keep my arms and palms on the floor, keeping both my legs straight and ankles together. I lift them up slowly and then slowly lower them towards the floor without actually touching the floor. I do this movement 10 times. After that, I do a hamstring stretch using a TheraBand as support. I keep one leg straight on the floor, and with my other foot pressed against the TheraBand, I lift my leg upwards and then towards my face until I can feel a slight stretching sensation in my hamstring, but no pain. I then stretch my front split on both legs, holding for around 30 seconds. After that, I hold my straddle split, and with a flat back, lean as far forward as I can without causing myself any pain, and hold this stretch for a minute. Dance alignment refers to the posture and position of the body while dancing or preparing to dance. In my dance, I have to be aware of my alignment, especially in this movement, which is the beginning of my choreography. You can see that I have applied proper alignment by working through each individual vertebrae, leaving my head to come down last and again to come up last, because as I work through each individual vertebrae, my head is the last in the chain. I use proper alignment and physical strength in my body to perform a demi to full to demi plie in my performance, for example. As I am performing a plie in first, I must keep my knees over my toes, keep my pelvis tilted forward, and keep my back straight. My current body limitations that affect my performance quality are that I still suffer from a slight pain in my right knee as a result from my injury earlier this year. To help accommodate for this injury, I maintain proper alignment, especially when landing from a jump or a leap, as this reduces any pain that could happen in my knee. I also have tight hamstrings with possible nerve damage. This injury does not affect my performance quality much, but it does affect what stretches I can partake in during my flexibility training. For a dancer, the most common causes of injury are failure to warm up correctly, resulting in tight and cold muscles which are prone to tearing, and poor alignment when executing dance movements, which can cause sprains, breaks, and twists of limbs, which can result in muscle tearing and ligament issues. To prevent injuries as a dancer, I must warm up correctly, keep a safe dance environment, mainly a dance environment that is clean and clutter-free, keep correct alignment when executing movements, and when dancing on wooden floors, do not wear socks as you are prone to sliding. The safest and most efficient treatment of dance-related injuries is the RICER method, which consists of resting immediately after the injury occurs. After 20 minutes of rest, applying ice to the affected area on and off for 20 minutes. After you've applied the ice, you wrap the injured area in a compression bandage, and once the injury is wrapped, you keep it elevated at all times when at rest. And if the injury does not lessen in a few days, you go and get a referral to see a doctor to determine if there is anything more serious. To maintain strength in my body, I attend the gym 3 to 4 nights a week for approximately 1 to 2 hours. I focus on cardio, core muscles, upper body, and my thighs when working out. Another way I maintain my strength is going to my physiotherapist once every week to continue building up strength in my lower back and finding methods to help me execute movements without causing any harm to myself. To help maintain my weight and body structure while still being able to build strength, I eat a relatively healthy diet that consists of 80 grams of protein per day. Safe dance can be defined as the practice of selecting and executing safe movements. Safe dance practice focuses on providing dance activities and exercises which allow me to participate without the risk of injury. By completing all these activities and being fully aware of my body, I have practiced safe